Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this snowy edition to where we are going to have a conversation with Dave Closson, and he's becoming quite a regular. He's our director of the Mid-America PTTC, which is the Prevention Technology Transfer Center. So welcome, Dave.
Hello, good morning. Thanks for having me
I'm
back.
Yeah, I'm so grateful to have Zooms on mornings like this when Dave's got a ton of snow and we have half a ton of snow. So we're nice and warm inside. Today, we're going to talk about community of practices. And this is something that Dave's brainchild that he started when he started with this grant. So Dave, tell us what a community of practice is.
Ooh, all right. Well, first, I want to just dive into that word community. I'll try not to go on too long of a rant, but oh, I get fired up. When it comes to prevention, y'all have likely heard that collaboration is the only way to move the needle. But at the Mid-America PTTC, we're striving for something stronger than collaboration. We want community. We want a culture of community. When you look at collaboration, it's just coming together to work towards a goal or on a specific project. But when you have a sense or a culture of community, you're coming together on that common vision, that common mission, shared goals, shared values. And it's that sense of just togetherness, knowing you can call them up and say, hey, I need a hand. And that's what we're really trying to build in the Mid-America region, because ultimately we believe prevention is better together, and together we are stronger. And so to help be that hub, that space for community, for connection, for peer sharing, we launched the Community of Practice series. And oh, yeah, we've got a lot going on. We've got one specifically for coalition members, one for prevention TTA providers. We've also got one for our prevention leaders from across the four-state region, and then also for our drug endangered children alliances. So that's sort of all the series we have going on. But now I guess I could answer your question. What is a community of practice? As you can tell, this is something I'm passionate about. But essentially, a community of practice is just a group of people that share that common concern, a common set of problems. They got that interest, and they come together to help each other out, to share what's working, what might not be working, some great ideas, and brainstorming and sharing each other and supporting each other. It's a way to help educate, support, cultivate, encourage, and integrate, where we can all just come together. So that is a very Cliff Notes definition, if that was Cliff Notes enough.
Yeah, yeah. And I've sat in on many of these, and I'm just always amazed, even with them being on Zoom and not in person, the connections that are made. It's just once the conversation gets going and someone says, oh, I've done that before, here's how I did it, let's connect. And it just works. It's really amazing. So how does one structure, like if somebody, like say someone in Texas is watching
Mhm,
us and they
mhm,
decide, you know what, I'd like to create a community of practice around prevention too. What
mhm.
kind of questions would they pose to get this started?
All right. So you already kind of said it there, identifying the common interest or topic. So prevention. We've got like our three different audiences: prevention, TTA providers, coalitions, the drug endangered children. So once you've got that common interest, then you just open up the doors and invite people in. Now, in the virtual setting, it's a little more important to use good participatory methodologies, ways to get people engaged right out of the gate. And so we like to just structure with a very open, easy first question. And you go around the room and just ask a question. What brought you here? What's one thing that stands out to you when it comes to community coalitions? Just a very easy to answer question that gets everybody talking. And then really, you don't want to structure a community of practice too much. You don't want that detailed minute by minute agenda because it's meant to be organic, just conversation and see where that conversation goes. Because it's not about that agenda. It's about the people in the room or the Zoom room. It's about the experience and the interaction.
Right. And again, it's just amazing to me how much conversation has come out of these community of practice that I've been involved in. When you do a community of practice, do you typically just stay in one room or do you have breakout rooms as well?
Well, that just comes down to virtual facilitation. It depends on the size of our group. We've had some smaller, more intimate community of practice where we had maybe 12 people, and we just stayed in the one main Zoom room. We've had others where it was 30 to 40 people, so then we would have some activities, some discussion points, and split people up into smaller groups via the Zoom platform.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I like about the community of practice is, like you said, it's organic and it's fluid, and we just kind of see where it goes once you join in. You also have a behavioral health community of practice as well, correct?
Yes, we do. We do.
Okay,
We had our first one just a couple of weeks ago.
can you talk a little bit about that one as well? Because that's a little different audience than what us and the prevention folks are used to.
Yes, so the main emphasis there is breaking down silos about creating connection across the disciplines because we're all in this together. It's open to anybody in the behavioral health workforce, a chance to connect with treatment, with mental health, with just straight community level coalition prevention folks that just want to learn about what's going on with those other folks over there that I never get to see very often because I'm so busy doing my job right here. But what they do is important and I need to learn about it as well. Just about bringing people together.
Yeah, I really like that thought of breaking down silos. I know with being in prevention for many, many years, we've talked about that for many, many years, and it's good to see progress going towards that because we don't talk enough, and so much of it is weaved in together that we do need each other, like you say all the time, stronger together. So that's awesome. So if someone wants to join
Mhm.
a community of practice, where would they find information about this?
Simply go to our website, pttcnetwork.org, and we are the Mid America region, and they're all listed there. And actually, we've got one coming up. Tomorrow is our Drug Endangered Children Community of Practice, and then the Coalition next Community of Practice is March 8th. So come on in.
Yeah, I encourage all of you, and I'll drop the website in the comment section when we are finished. But I encourage all of you to sign up for one. I was a little skeptical just because there's Zoom, and I thought maybe the connection might be lost, but they really are amazing, and I appreciate you hosting them, Dave.
Yes, thank you very much. Hope to see every one of you. I have no idea who's watching on Facebook, but come join our community of practice. Love to have you.
Awesome. Great. And thanks so much for joining me today, Dave. I appreciate it.
Always happy. Keep up the great
Have a,
work.
have a good day.
You too.